Dog's Kids Club. Well, hey there, Diggy Dog. What you got going on today? Oh, Diggy Dog, you have something very special planned today? Well, what is it, Diggy Dog? Oh, awesome, Diggy Dog! You're going on a trip! That is so exciting! And I love that you have your globe so that you can plan where you're gonna go. There might be just one little problem, Diggy Dog. I don't think that globe is gonna fit in your suitcase. I wonder if there's something else we can use to plan your trip. Any ideas, Diggy Dog? Oh yeah, Diggy Dog! A map! That's perfect! Not only will a map fit in your suitcase, but we can use it to plan your trip. Diggy Dog, are you so excited to plan your trip? Me too! But first, let's learn about maps and globes. What exactly is the difference between a globe and a map? A globe, just like the one you see here, is shaped like a sphere. And this is the actual shape of the Earth. So a globe is like a little model of Earth. And look at how colorful this globe is. Believe it or not, those colors actually tell you some important information. Check it out. All of these colorful areas represent land, and all of the blue area represents water. And all of the different colors on the land represent the boundaries of different countries. Wow, you can really see a lot of things on a globe. So why would you ever want to use a map instead of a globe? Well, for one, as Diggy Dog showed us, it would be really hard to put a globe in your suitcase or to carry it around in your pocket. This is one reason why a map would come in handy. A map is basically a flat drawing of Earth. We can still see everything we saw on the globe except for it's on a flat piece of paper, so we can fit it in our suitcase or even in our pocket. We can still tell the difference between the land and the water. And all those different colors on land still represent different countries. Another reason you might pick a map over a globe is because maps can have more details. A globe doesn't show you things like streets and highways. So if I want to find an address or a certain location, I'm going to use a map. Now here's a really cool thing about maps. You can make a map of anything. Like a map of your neighborhood, or even your house, or your bedroom. And of course, one of my all-time favorites, a treasure map. And Diggy Dog loves to draw maps of where his favorite bones are buried. Wow, that's a lot of bones, Diggy Dog. Diggy Dog, maps and globes are so cool. Oh, Diggy Dog, I'm so glad you agree. Okay, Diggy Dog. Now that we know you're going to use a map to route your trip, what is going to be your first stop? Oh, cool! Our first stop is Nunavut, Canada. Oh, Diggy Dog, I've always wanted to go to Canada. I can see you're excited too, Diggy Dog. Let's go to the map. Okay, Diggy Dog, let's plan your trip. So your starting point is going to be right about here in the United States of America. And your first stop is going to be Nunavut, Canada. And that is located right about here. Okay, Diggy Dog, time to go to Canada. Ooh, Diggy Dog, let's get a closer map of Canada so we can see more details. Oh, cool! Canada looks like an awesome place! Oh, and check it out! All the different colors represent all of Canada's different territories. And Diggy Dog, you are visiting the Nunavut territory, which is the green area on this map. Okay, Diggy Dog, how excited are you to check out Nunavut, Canada? Me too, Diggy Dog! Let's go! Oh, Diggy Dog, it's snowing! You must be so cold! Oh yeah, Diggy Dog! Nunavut, Canada is cold. And it's winter time, so it's really cold. I really hope that you packed some warm clothes, Diggy Dog. Oh, good! That's better. But are you sure you're going to be warm enough, Diggy Dog? Even better, Diggy Dog! Now you should be nice and warm. All right, now it's time to check out Nunavut, Canada. Nunavut, Canada is located in an area of the world called the Arctic. And the Arctic tends to be very, very cold. In fact, it's one of the coldest places on Earth. So cold that you'll find glaciers and icebergs here. Wow, it really is beautiful. But oh man, does it look cold! I wonder what it's like to live in the Arctic. Living in such cold temperatures would probably affect the way that you live. For one, just like Diggy Dog showed us, you would have to wear much warmer clothes. People who live in the Arctic have to not only wear warmer clothes, but more clothes so that they don't get cold. And if you're planning on going on a hike in the Arctic, then you're really gonna have to bundle up. And you'll probably need specialized gear, like snowshoes or ice grip shoes. And something else you might see in the Arctic that you don't see many other places is dog sledding. Before there were cars, people in the Arctic used dog sleds as their form of transportation. Not only were they used for transportation to get people from one place to another, but they also used dog sleds to deliver the mail. How cool is that? Could you imagine if your mail got delivered by a dog sled? Although not as common, dog sleds are still used today in the Arctic. There are still some areas that use dog sledding for transportation. But nowadays, people more commonly dog sled as a sport or just for fun. Speaking of dogs, I wonder what kind of animals live in the Arctic. There are actually many kinds of animals that live here, and one of those animals is the caribou. Another really cool and unique animal that lives in the Arctic is the musk oxen. And of course, we can't forget about the polar bear. All of these animals and many others are especially made to live in really cold places. They all have really thick fur and/or a blubber layer to keep them warm in the really cold weather. Oh, Diggy Dog, the Arctic is a really cool place, don't you think? Time to move on to our next stop. What's it gonna be, Diggy Dog? Oh, cool! We are going to Bali, Indonesia. I'm so excited! Diggy Dog, let's go to the map! Okay, right, Diggy Dog. You're still here in Nunavut, Canada, and you want to travel to Bali, Indonesia, which is right over here. Oh, wow, Diggy Dog, that's pretty far. How are you going to get all the way over there? An airplane! Great idea, Diggy Dog! Let's go! All right, you made it! Oh, but Diggy Dog, we are definitely going to need a closer map. That's better. Check it out. Everything that's yellow is Indonesia. The country of Indonesia is actually made up of several islands. This means that Indonesia is what's called an archipelago. Archipelago is just a fancy word that means group of islands. That's so cool! Okay, Diggy Dog, so you're going to go to Bali, Indonesia. But I don't see Bali. Where is it, Diggy Dog? Oh, I know, Diggy Dog. I think you're going to have to move over just a little. Oh yeah, there it is. Bali is a really small island in Indonesia. This is so exciting, Diggy Dog. You've never been to an island. Let's go check out Bali. Oh, wow, Diggy Dog! What a beautiful beach! Aren't you so excited to be on the island of Bali? Oh, one thing, Diggy Dog. Bali is much warmer than Canada. I hope you packed some summer clothes. Oh, awesome, Diggy Dog! I should have known you'd come prepared. Diggy Dog, now that you're ready for some warm weather, let's go explore the island. If you lived on an island, life might be a little different. For one, an island is a landmass that is completely surrounded by water. This means that if you ever wanted to travel to another place, you would have to take an airplane or a boat. The island of Bali has a tropical environment. That means that the weather is warm and humid. The word humid means there's a lot of moisture in the air. And Bali has what's called a wet season, where they get tons of rain. This is what makes it so humid. Because of all this rainfall, Bali's tropical rainforests have thousands of different types of plants and trees. This is why the island of Bali is so green. That's quite a difference from Canada. Another major difference between Bali and Canada is the clothes that people wear. Could you imagine if Diggy Dog left on his winter coat? He would have gotten so hot! People who live in warm tropical environments wear lighter and looser clothes so that they don't get too hot. Believe it or not, the weather is not the only thing that determines what people wear. In many places, tradition strongly influences the clothes that people wear. And Bali has very strong traditions when it comes to their clothes. Most of the people who live on Bali follow a religion called Balinese Hinduism. The traditional clothing for this religion depends on the occasion and ranges from brightly colored clothes to primarily white and neutral colored clothes, all the way to extravagant, colorful costumes that often include golden crowns. Wow, those are some amazing costumes! If you lived on a tropical island, you would probably eat a lot of fruit. Fruit grows really well in tropical environments. You also might eat a lot of seafood. When you live on an island, you're so close to the ocean, which gives you easy access to seafood. Something really cool about Bali are their rice fields. This is where they grow rice. And when they're planted on a hill, it's called a rice terrace. Bali grows a lot of rice. If you lived on the island of Bali, you would probably eat rice in almost every meal. And let's not forget about the animals that live in Bali. You can find many kinds of parrots, just like these colorful macaws. Another animal you'll find in Bali are monkeys. Oh, and what kind of animal is this? Oh yeah, it's a gecko. In Bali, you'll find several different kinds of lizards. All of these kinds of animals like to live in tropical environments. I don't think you'll be able to find a polar bear on the island of Bali. Diggy Dog, Bali is amazing. And can you believe just how different Bali is from Canada? Okay, Diggy Dog, you have one more stop on your trip. What's it gonna be? Oh, cool! You're going to Kenya, Africa! Awesome, Diggy Dog! Let's go! Okay, Diggy Dog, you are on the island of Bali. And now you're going to go to Kenya, Africa, which is right over here. Diggy Dog, how are you planning to get to Kenya? Oh yeah, a boat! Great idea, Diggy Dog. Let's go! You made it! Let's zoom in on this map. All right, Diggy Dog, you're in Kenya. Although, do you mind scooting over just a little, Diggy Dog, so we can see it better? Perfect! There it is, Kenya, Africa. Oh, and I got some good news for you, Diggy Dog. I don't think you're going to have to change clothes. What you're wearing should be perfect. Okay, Diggy Dog, let's go check out Kenya. Kenya's environment is mostly a savanna. African savannas are large areas of grasslands with scattered shrubs and trees. This part of the world gets more direct sunlight than anywhere else. So it's warm year-round. Instead of 4 seasons, savannas only have 2 seasons. They have a wet season and a dry season. During the wet season, they get a good amount of rain, and this causes all the trees and grass to turn green. But during the dry season, they get very little to no rain for very long periods of time. And this can make it very difficult for plants, animals, and people to find water. Speaking of animals, the African savanna is home to a lot of really cool animals. Since the savanna has a dry season where it's really hard to find water, all of the plants and animals that live here have adapted in many different ways so that they can survive. Some plants and animals just don't need as much water to live, while other animals are able to travel long distances during the dry season so they can find water. And some animals are more active at night when it's not as hot. This This way they don't need as much water. Wow, that's so cool! These animals survive really well in the savanna. I think it's safe to say you wouldn't find any savanna animals in Canada or Bali because the environments are so different. If you lived in Kenya, life might be a little different depending on which area you live in. Believe it or not, you can find big cities not too far away from all those savanna animals. Living in a large city in Kenya is going to be very similar to living in any other large city. You will find a lot of people, tall buildings, and traffic. If you didn't live in a big city in Kenya, then you might live in one of the many small villages. Living in one of these villages would be very different than living in the city. For one, you would probably live in a small hut that is made out of mud, bricks, and straw. Another major difference between the villages and the city are the amount of people that live there. The villages don't have nearly as many people, so you won't see the large crowds like you do in the city, or cars and traffic. If you lived in one of these villages, it's very likely that you would farm your own food. Kenya is also home to many native tribes. And each one of these tribes has their very own traditions and beliefs. If you were part of a tribe in Kenya, Africa, you and your tribe would live in your very own small village. All the different tribes in Africa are going to have different ways of life. This is what's called their culture. Culture is a word that means the way of life for a group of people. And a person's culture usually involves traditions and beliefs that have been passed on from person to person for many years. And one important part of an African tribe's culture are the clothes they wear. They wear brightly colored clothes along with colorful jewelry made of beads and metal. Wow, so cool! What an amazing culture! Diggy Dog, Africa is a really cool place. You have been to 3 amazing locations. And the coolest thing about it is how different they all were. Every location had different kinds of animals, and the people had different ways of life. So cool! What do you think, Diggy Dog? Time to head home? Okay, let's do it! Okay, Diggy Dog, time to go home, back to the United States of America. What's your plan? How are you gonna get there, Diggy Dog? Ooh, airplane! I think that's the best choice. Okay, let's head home. All right, Diggy Dog, you made it. Oh, wow, and check out your trip. You traveled so far. And there's still so many other places in the world you haven't been yet, Diggy Dog. I guess we'll just have to plan another trip. I agree, Diggy Dog. Time for a dance party. Diggy Dog, that was amazing! Can't wait to see you on your next trip, Diggy Dog!